You remember Mukesh Ambani, while in a session with Satya Nadella, famously said about a year ago exactly that gaming in India has a potential to be bigger than e-commerce and the movies of business and television. Today we're going to be talking not completely about gaming but esports, and we're doing that because there's a big tournament that is currently on, and the prize is 35 lakh rupees. Esports tournaments really have taken off in India, and Loco will be hosting India's biggest cup and has partnered with Activision for this. I'm going to be discussing that and more with Firasat, who's the Vice President of Operations at Loco Pocket Aces. Hi Firasat, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for joining us here. You know, we have seen esports become more popular. You've seen global esports companies also now take positions in India. Tell me a little bit about this tournament that you guys are having, and 35 lakh rupees prize pool, that's really big. How many people are signing up and all of that?
I mean, always excited. Yeah, I mean, 35 lakh rupees sounds a lot, but ever since, Indian gaming and esports industry suffered a pushback because of PUBG leaving, Activision Blizzard kind of took the right move and said, this is a really warm market for us, and we'd like to create, turn up the heat on this. And, as a result, we partnered up with them very, very quickly because Call of Duty Mobile, as you know, it's a legendary title. And, we are very excited to build the Call of Duty Mobile esports ecosystem in the country. The only difference here that it was that it was supposed to be done from ground up, because before this, all of the esports that has come out of India has either been PC gaming from a long time ago, or PUBG, the erstwhile PUBG that was here the last couple of years and did really great. But then, Call of Duty didn't really have an ecosystem. So we designed this tournament where, in collaboration with Activision Blizzard. Yes, the prize pool is very high, but to be honest, I cannot tell you the number of people who are really, really excited to gear up themselves for victory. We have seen about 10,000 people signing up for this tournament in the first 5 days of, the registrations opening up. Matches are happening every day. We're doing up to 400 matches a day to, bring out the, filter out the best teams from the qualifiers. And I cannot tell you how lucky I feel to be part of this movement, which is supposed to cement India's place in the global Call of Duty mobile scene. Before this, India was not really well known for Call of Duty Mobile. I mean, the only team that we have had which has risen up to being something really, really significant was Team Mayhem. And India does not have a category of its own when it comes to the global championships in Call of Duty. India still is under the others category. But I think after this tournament, it's all set to change, because the kind of participation and the kind of enthusiasm that I have seen is all set to transform the Indian gaming ecosystem at large.
Absolutely. So when you're seeing so much excitement, the fact is you guys aren't alone doing it. Yes, you're doing this massive Call of Duty tournament, 35 lakh rupees, but we've seen, for example, Jio and MediaTek announce a 70-day long tournament. You've seen Bharti Airtel tie up with Nodwin Gaming also for similar things like this. So you want to tell me what is so special about yours? Why should someone be on yours and not on the others?
I mean, all of the other tournaments that you talked about are also, basically the same kind of advances towards building an esports ecosystem in the country. I mean, I read a report that said that until the last year, which is 2020, India was host to about 17 million esport viewers. But then what we have done different this time for Call of Duty Mobile India Cup is that because there was no ecosystem, the pro teams are not really there. The ecosystem and the actual teams that are actually going to be, participating in this and reaching up to the heights of the quarterfinals, the semis, the finales are going to be new faces. We're speaking continuously to Activision Blizzard, and they're very psyched about this. In fact, what's going to happen is that the players that are going to be the top risers of this tournament are going to be shown off globally by Activision Blizzard on various platforms. And this is the kind of opportunity that Indian gamers and esport players have been looking for. Because the problem is that so far, all esports has been very pro. It has been in very small clusters. It has been for just a few. We have designed this tournament in a way that makes it look like esports is for everyone. Because to be honest, it actually is. I mean, we say that esports is the ultimate leveling playing field. I mean, you don't need to be physically fit to some other Olympian level to be able to, jump across a wall or something. You just need to be cognizant about the circumstances, be aware, and be able to react very fast. Certainly, that does take some level of physical fitness, but overall, as you can see, right after COVID, the COVID pandemic hit, we saw a 300 to 400% surge in online game advertising, but that didn't really trickle down to the players. And, that sort of created a void between, the top level pro gamers as well as the rest of the country. What we saw after PUBG leaving the country was also that no one was investing in new esport organizations. Now, if 10,000 entries have arrived at the India Cup, 10 of them, so we're doing two tournaments. One, it is called the India Cup, but it's split into two parts. One is the India Cup Open and the other is the India Cup Pro. The India Cup Open has a prize pool of 10 lakhs and the India Pro Cup has, India Cup Pro has a prize pool of 25 lakhs. Usually in pro cups, in professional leagues, there are teams that have qualified some international matches and are always there to take the top, notch, the crown jewel of the prize money, the larger prize money of every tournament. But what has happened this time is we have designed the tournament in such a way that the incumbent new people, the incumbent new generation of esports gets a larger chance. Because even in the Pro Cup, the 16 teams that arrive to be called professionals are actually qualifiers from the Open Cup that just got over. And there's actually 4 teams that were there earlier in a pro stage level of Call of Duty Mobile that are getting a chance to play in the major league tournament. And that is basically our design to bring up new faces and bring up new teams and get more and more people to invest in other esport organizations, in their own esport organizations in the country. Before this, what PUBG did very, very well was establish a mobile esports scene in the country. And how that happened is when a few top pro level teams did really great at the beginning, the 1,000th best team started investing. That has not happened in Call of Duty so far, and Activision Blizzard realizes that, and we kind of showed it to them that this is the way to move forward. And I'm really, really excited that there is a publishers galore in the country right now. Activision Blizzard is here with all seriousness. Supercell was already there. Epic Games is now looking at India with renewed seriousness. What Garena has done in the past few months trying to establish great market share has been inspiring. So there is overall a lot of investment in this ecosystem. And they say that by the next year it's supposed to be valued at 930 million, the whole gaming industry in India. And we here are really excited that we are just going to be at the most exciting part of this.
And you've seen everybody actually being excited by this, and $930 million is the way it might end the year as far as the entire industry goes. But does it ever, you've got Call of Duty, which is massive, and how crucial is that going to be going forward? The reason I'm also asking you this, and please don't take it in the wrong way, but if you've got the likes of Mukesh Ambani's Jio or Sunil Bharti Mittal's Bharti also looking to flex their muscles and with serious cash and big bucks behind them, how is Loco and Pocket Aces going to up their game?
Well, I mean, we really don't need to. The victory in all of this is going to be with the people who kind of support the entire ecosystem rather than just a game. It's very clear and it's very evident as how we have designed this tournament as well as the preceding tournaments that we actually want new generations and newer esports teams to come on the center stage. And India is, surprisingly a country which has got esports happening at every corner. While we always, and that's for majorly for the sake of brands, that we try and, position our tournaments to be the best of the best. We only invite pro teams teams and do, play with the top line there. But I believe, and this is my observation and my experience which comes from working with gamers for a long time, is that the victory in this entire ecosystem is going to be with a platform that enables more people to join in rather than creates closed user groups. So as far as I can tell, we're doing that really well. And I'm really, really hopeful that we'll have some muscles to flex on others as well.
And here's wishing you all the very best when you flex those muscles. Firasat, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday's edition of the Startup Central.
Same here, Nanta. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we take a short commercial break, we have a real special treat for all of you. Here's a sneak peek of all the cool things that are being invented and coming your way. It is coming to you from the annual CES. It's a gala event that happens the first week of January. And this year, of course, it was all virtual. Flying cars, gonna be a reality soon. Here's a special story put together by the Startup Central's executive producer, Divya. Have a sneak peek.
This time around, like everything else, the Consumer Technology Show 2021 was a virtual affair. The show gave insights into new tech trends with healthcare and work-from-home products under focus. Here are the best tech innovations this year. Razer, a company for gaming laptops, has put together a Project Hazel smart face mask combining UV sterilization capability with LED lights and an N95 grade mask. Smart thermometers that can collect data from devices at home to detect a viral spread was also trending. LG came up with an anti-COVID robot that uses UVC to disinfect surfaces, and this robot will soon be put to work in public life early this year. And if you need a fancy little office chair at home, take a look at XChairs XHMT with built-in heating and massage functions. Remote education is a reality now, and Engagely made the most of it. It's providing video conferencing tools built around recreating a classroom environment remotely. It has features to help teachers keep groups of fidgeting children engaged with their lessons. And lastly, the flying cars are a reality. General Motors unveiled its concept for an autonomous air taxi, releasing only a video of the Cadillac brand electric vehicle takeoff and landing aircraft on its digital exhibit page. So which gadget was your favorite? Divya Malani, ET Now, Mumbai.
Yes, all that cool stuff is in the works for the go-to-market strategy. Look at those inventions. We'll take a short commercial break, but stay tuned. A lot more coming up on the other side, including what are policymakers doing to give another booster shot to the startup ecosystem.